Thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate it. I'm Stefan from IntoBridge, if you don't know yet. I hope that it will be worthwhile coming here because we are super excited about what we're going to show you now, and I hope that you get excited too. And this will, of course, make it worthwhile to come. Here on our site, we have 4 people. Me, Luc Bellico, his fault is why we're here. Say hi, Lucky.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome. So Luke created Leah, and now he's the driving force behind the Coach AI. We have Gavin Wolpert here. Hi, Gavin.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Gavin doesn't directly work on the product, but then he feeds us with so many ideas, and we need to have a 100-people team to get everything built. So thank you so much, Gavin, for your help. And lastly, but not by meaning, Christoph, he's in the middle of everything. He makes things actually happen, connecting the dots. Hello, Christoph, welcome.
Thanks, Stefan. Hi, everyone. Excited to be here.
So Christoph will be leading this webinar after this introduction in the beginning. I just want to tell you a couple of very quick things. At the bottom of the screen, I guess it's at the bottom, you see a button chat, but a couple of buttons away from it, there is a button Q&A. So for the webinar part where you ask bridge questions to the AI, please use the QA button, because that way we will be able to easily see what are bridge questions. And in the chat, you can keep reacting, telling us where you are from. Don't spam too much, but do whatever you like. Just in the Q&A, post your questions. And yeah, I will put now in the chat. I'm putting it in the chat because for some reason I cannot write in the Q&A. But the question should be something like that. When teaching transfers, a beginner is holding this hand, and they may bid 1 no trump, 2 diamonds by partner transfer, and they jump to 3 hearts because they have fit and a maximum. We know that this is a mistake. They need to have 4 card support. So now we'll see how the Coach AI will react to the 3 hearts bid. I know that you have many various questions, but that's the type of questions the AI can answer now. And thank you to all of you who messaged me telling me that there is a wonderful program called Bridge Master invented 30 years ago, and we might be a bit too late. Our thing is more about bidding, not about card play yet. So the question should be only about bidding, please. And with this, I will let Christoph take over. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Stefan. Thanks, everyone. We joined. We just informed the IntoBridge community about this. We expected 20 people to join and have a quick brainstorm about our new feature. 150 people, 32 right now. Thanks all of you for joining. So yeah, what's the plan for the hours to come? I'm gonna quickly present the project. I don't want to be too long. Then show you, have a quick demo. And then we'll try to make it interactive with examples, and I'll re-explain what Stefan just said about how you guys can test it live. I want to rewind a bit before about how this project came to light. So when we started IntoBridge, we just wanted to create a bridge, a new bridge player in the market with new ideas. We wanted to change things up, knowing that bridge is unfortunately a bit struggling. We think it's one of the best games in the world, but it's kind of lacking in terms of what exists online. If you compare it to video games nowadays, if you compare to what chess is doing online, but also on TV, all of this, and we just wanted to try to everything we can to help bridge. Along the way, Luke joined us initially as an intern, and has been with us now for close to 3 years. And when he joined, it was because we wanted to develop our own robot with kind of up-to-date programming skills. And also we wanted to build it thinking like a human. Recently, we think we have reached a goal when Leah, which is the name of the robot that you all know, has, despite all your complaints and all your feedback, and everyone said, Nick, Luke, why did Leah do that? That it has reached a level when it's, I would call it, expert level in the bidding, which means that it's probably better than 90% of the bridge population overall. And once we have reached this system, we thought, because of the way it's coded, we might have the tool that if we can combine it with AI to be a coach, yes, an artificial intelligence coach that could help the bridge community. So of course, when first ChatGPT came out, we thought, okay, ChatGPT should be able to do that. Unfortunately, as I'm sure you have all tried asking ChatGPT bridge questions, unfortunately, well, it how can I say it? When you read ChatGPT's answer, it sounds like they know what they're talking about, but when you know the subject, it actually doesn't. So what we've done is that we've had a little bit of guidance from one of our advisor and board member who works at DeepMind on how DeepMind, which is Google AI company, on how to get started and how to combine the advance in the AI world with our development of Bridge in order to work on that. And since then, we've gather forces to try to make an assistant that work, and based on that, we have now reached a level when we think it's worth sharing with you where we are, what it can do. It's far from perfect, and you will see, because we will really take examples, and you'll see that sometimes it's not giving the perfect answer, but we think it's quite really good. And we want to show you where we are, to get your feedback. And after this call, if you guys, I'm sure you guys will have plenty of ideas. We'll start brainstorming on how this could potentially help Bridge and have applications. We have thought of some, but on how we can make more people play Bridge for longer, how people can improve, how you guys can improve, and what software, what tools could we do based on that, so you guys can enjoy this feature in the best way possible. So that's about it about the chit chat. I don't want to make you wait too long. So I'm gonna now share my screen, show you the tool, explain the tool, run a few very basic example myself, and then we'll get Gavin in, who is the expert, who has helped us tremendously in testing it and in making it better, and will keep helping us. He will run one or a couple of examples from his knowledge as a teacher, and this will also show you how it works and what we can do. And then we will take questions from you. Stefan and Luc are in charge at looking at the questions. So when I run the first few examples, you can understand exactly how it works, and ask the question the correct way. So what I'm showing you, you should all see my screen now. If it's not the case, just complain in the chat. Stefan will deal with it. But basically, it's kind of initially it was a testing version that we made with Luc, who's not really a top expert in front-end design, to make it look decent, so we can show you. But basically, what is there? On the left part is the bridge part, and on the right part is the feedback that the coach, that we've named Coach Luc, because Luc is in the heart of it, is going to give you. I'm just going to show you with a very basic example. This board, I'm going to deal a new deal. So I click on new deal. A deal is dealt completely randomly. And so this is the bidding. I'm south, and this is my hand. And now let's say I'm a complete beginner. And this is actually a market that we want to address. Sorry, so last three ones that I do before going into the examples. But we know that a lot of people who like card games, they don't know Bridge. They just download IntoBridge, they play, and they just bid randomly. They enjoy it. They win one board out of 10, but after a month, they stop playing because they're just not improving, and they're not getting the feedback, and they don't know what they do wrong. And in these cases, and I know because I've witnessed it with friends of mine, they have that, and they would just bid 2 diamonds. They think, I have good diamonds, I should bid 2 diamonds, and they would bid 2 diamonds, or even 2 clubs. So I'm just going to bid 2 clubs because that's what they would do, and see the feedback that we could give them. Of course, it's not working. Thank you, Luc. I'm going to do it again. We have this issue sometimes. You can see that it's a test version. And this is the feedback that we could give them. Hi there, you're doing a great job learning the game. In this sequence, your 2-club overcall wasn't quite right because you have 5 diamonds and 5 clubs. To make that bid, your diamonds must be strictly shorter than your clubs. Not great. Since your suits are of equal length, the best move here is to pass. So I think that's a perfect example of what we need to improve. This coach AI is absolutely rubbish, but you get the idea. I'm gonna get a new deal, and now you know that we are not lying when I'm saying that this is not prepared, and the deals are really random. Here, I think there is not much to say. I think most people will pass. I can bid a spade just to see what the bot, the AI would say. Hi John, don't worry. Bridge is a game of constant learning. In this hand, your one spade bid wasn't quite right. When you overcall at the 1 level, you should have at least a 5-card suit, but you only have 4 spades. You also need a bit more strength. You only have 6 high card points, while a solid overcall usually requires at least 8. Because your spade suit is weak and your hand lacks the length or distribution to compensate, pass is the better choice here. Keep at it. You're doing a great job. You're going great and getting better with every hand. So this is typically the type of feedback that we would want to give a complete beginner. So of course it's because I made a hand that is for complete beginner. Later on, I will get Gavin to give us an example, and we will get other examples that are crafted. Before that, I just want to show you the rest of the kind of capabilities that we think and we could do. First of all, we can change the tone. We can have a more neutral tone or a very mean tone. Just it's a bit fun. I'm just going to show it to you just so you understand the things that we can do. So let's say the user here opens, I don't know, 1-no trump. They have a balanced hand. They don't really know. They've heard that 1-no trump is balanced, and they open 1-no trump. And this is a kind of feedback you can have. I will let you read it because I wouldn't dare to say that to anyone. But just to say that
Okay, I'm a Bulgarian. I can read it out. You're too polite. He lives in England now. Words like those don't come out of his mouth. John, what on earth were you thinking? 1-no trump? Do you even know how to count? Or did you just decide the rules don't apply to you today? A 1-no trump opening requires 15 to 17 points. You have a hand worth 14 points, 13 high card points, and a measly point for length. You are too weak for 1-no trump. The bid was 1 diamond. Sit down and learn to add before you bankrupt your partner again.
So you can see that the tone is mean, but the points are there. We are explaining why not 1-no trump, and we could play around with tone. We can also play around with languages. So I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna run one in French just because most of you don't speak French. But we have French and English right now, and we could add any languages. I see some questions about the system in the chat. Basically, effectively, all the systems that are available on IntoBridge can go through that feedback. And when Gavin comes, we might try with Gavin's system, so to show that point.
I mean, I'm here. I'm just staying quiet. I just want to say about.
Come in. Yeah, go ahead.
But I want to say about this mean Luke is my kids were hammering at this. They loved it. Obviously, they absolutely loved just making the wrong bid and having it yell at them. And some of the things that it says were just so hilarious. It was mind-blowing and creative. Like, just as an example, one of them, it went a spade past 2 spades, and they had 4-1-3-5. So they had a singleton heart and 4 spades, and they made a takeout double. And the robot, after it goes on a spiel, and then it says, "What were you planning to do if partner bid 3 hearts? Pray?" And I just thought it was so clever and like hard to believe that it was so like that it was like that it knew the bad thing that could happen over double is that partner bids 3 hearts. That blew my mind, and just it was clever. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. And like I said, we're gonna run some examples with Gavin's system later on. Just before that, I want to show you one last thing, which is kind of us brainstorming on what we could do. We have kind of entered some type of drills. Let's say you want to practice 1-no trump answers. We could do that. So we picked 1-no trump, and then the deal generator will only get boards when either I or my partner has a 1-no trump opening. So let's say this one is a 1-no trump. I open it 1-no trump. Partner beats 2 spades, and let's say I don't really know because I haven't learned transfer yet. I beat 3 spades, and I would get whichever feedback is the feedback that it will give me. But my point is that I can drill 1-no trump. I'm still in a min mode. I should change that. And I can deal many hands like that, and it will be every time either partner opening 1-no trump or me opening 1-no trump, and I can practice that. For now, we have implemented reverse two suitors, transfer Lebensol, and 1-no trump responses. That's about it. We can make that, I mean, the possibilities are endless just in this tool that we have just for testing. I can force the beats from the other players. So if you guys tell me, I'm just gonna, actually we're gonna do it with Gavin, but you will see that I can force the other 3 players beats, so we make sure to reach exactly the situation that we want to test and see how the coach would react. Gavin, I have asked you kindly to prepare a couple of examples.
Sure. I actually think it's pretty important to tell people that what you're looking at is just like a Windows program that they've built to test the software. This is not like how it will be implemented. So when you're asking things like, what is that thing? When you see bot confidence high, that's them being able to look at this and see whether the bot knows what like it's not, this isn't what they've built for real consumption anyway. It's just something that can hammer out examples, see if it's working, see the chat. Like for me as an example, as I'm testing it, I can send examples, see if the chat is what I would say to a student, and then give feedback like, no, I would normally be a little nicer or a little less wordy, or you know, like to me that's my biggest gripe so far is that when I teach, I try to minimize the amount of words that I use when I'm giving an example. So that would be something that we'll work on to get it in, or whatever, to get my version of it to be like that. Anyway, so yeah, so you want to go through some hands. I picked a couple out of my lessons if you want to see if it what it'll say. But and
yes,
just to say for myself, like as a teacher, what I believe is the biggest problem in teaching people is that you teach them a concept, and then whatever you've taught them, it takes too long before it comes up enough in real life for them to actually know it. And so what I've done with my lessons is I hand make practice sets that are like, it takes me a really long time to make them, write the notes, make sure that the robot will do what it's supposed to do, and then just get my students to practice those hands. But what this to me opens the door to is the idea of unlimited hands, that the robot can just keep sending you hands to practice and give you real-time feedback. That's something that none of us have ever been able to do before. That was what got me so excited about this. Yeah, so but I'm happy. Let's go. Do you want to type in a hand for me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so we'll do a reverse hand. So can you put it on you got it on my system. So
yeah,
Jack Doubleton.
So just before you go, I just want to explain, guys, this is when you need to focus to understand exactly what we will need from you in order to run your examples. If you want to send us some examples in the chat. Go ahead.
Jack Doubleton, King Queen 10/4, 3 little, 4 little.
Am I a dealer?
No big X.
One more club. You are not the dealer. You're fourth seed.
So it was 4 small, 3 small, or 3 small, 4 small?
What, a 3 small, 4 small. Okay.
And who's the dealer, you said?
Let's make East the dealer.
So I'm second.
Oh, wait, we're South, so West is the dealer. West is the dealer. Okay. All right, we'll go pass. Partner's going to open a club. We're going to bid. It's going to go pass. We're going to bid a heart. Partner is going to reverse to 2 diamonds. And it's going to go pass, and it's our bid. So what I teach to my students is that over reverses, that if you don't have a game forcing hand, you have to bid 2 spades, like the 4th suit if it's below 2-no. So that would be the right bid with this hand. Is you have a 6 count and partner's only shown 17, so you don't have enough to drive to game. So you typically would bid 2 spades, and everything else would be game forcing. So I would think that one of my students would would possibly bid 3 clubs to show a club fit here, but that would set the game for us. And I'm hoping that Coach Luke will tell them that it's not right, that they're not strong enough to bid 3 clubs.
Let's check it out. I don't know if you, so just to be fully honest with you guys, Gavin does have access to this tool that we have because he tested. He helps us testing it. I don't know if he has.
I didn't put these things into the thingy. Yeah. Yeah. So
I'll let you read the answer and let
Well,
us answer us
if it's my words, I would say you can't bid 3 clubs because 3 clubs shows a game force. You need to start with the slowdown bid, which is 2 spades. And so it says there, listen, John, your bid of 3 clubs was a mistake because you don't have the strength for it. To bid 3 clubs in this sequence, you need to show game invite values, and which is at least 8 high card points. With only 6, your hand's too weak. The correct bid was 2 spades, using Lebensal as a waiting bid to signal a weak hand and keep the auction at a safe level. Now, I mean, again, the words we need to be refined for sure, but like the fact that it knows what the right bid is, knows why that bid is wrong, is like that's the key, right? The actual language could be trimmed down for sure.
Should we get another example?
So now I'll just make one up. I'm like looking through my lessons to try to find something. But all right, let's do like a jump raise in competition because that's a common mistake. Actually, no. Let's do what I believe is the most common mistake in for intermediates. So it's one that you'll have to use. They'll hit this button a lot. So we're gonna give opener a balance minimum. Let's go like king 4th, queen doubleton, ace queen 3rd, and how many points is that? 11. Let's go jack 10 4th of clubs, and we'll make us the dealer.
Okay.
We will open a club. It's going to go pass. Partner's going to bid 1 heart, and East is going to overcall. I need East to overcall. Yeah, East overcalls 2 diamonds. And now what I see at the club all day long is you have 2 diamond stoppers. People can't wait to bid 2 no trump in this spot to show 12 to 14 points. I mean, which would show 18, 19, but they do it with their 12 to 14 counts. So let's see what happens when we bid 2 no.
So let me know before what you expect him to say.
Well, I would say like when you commit to 2 no trump in competition, like partners only promise 6 points is what I would tell them. So you're committing to play in 2 no trump with 6 opposite 12. You're in a contract that you need to take 8 out of 13 tricks, and you have barely half of the points. It's too much. That's what I would say, something like that. Like you need 18, 19 to compete to 2 no.
We are all stressing here, the IntoBridge team. Okay, I'll let you judge it.
All right, so you're doing a good job. I mean, I don't say that a lot to my students. Maybe I should say it more.
I switched to the nice version
okay,
here.
That's I'm not a nice coach or a mean coach. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm definitely not. I'm not telling my students how great they are, and I'm not telling them how terrible they are. I'm like trying to find some middle ground. So you're doing a great job, but let's take a quick look at that 2 no bid. In this sequence, 2 no shows a very strong balanced hand of 18-19. Your hand is currently worth 13 points. 12 pure high card points plus a one point bonus for your length and shortness. I don't know about all that. Where's that coming from? So you don't have quite the strength for that bid yet. In this case, pass was the right move. Yeah, I don't know what the bonus points are about. That's Luke, you got to speak to that.
Leah is happy because she has ace queen behind the overcall, so she got an extra point for that, but it's not well explained.
Right.
So that's what type of things we need to work on. Okay, thanks, Gavin.
Sure.
So what I suggest now, what we're gonna do for these examples is that. So I can't really do. Do we have some questions or not, Stefan?
Not ones we can ask the robot yet, but I can just say that we have the tone that Gavin speaks with the neutral tone. So if this is too nice for you guys, we have a different tone that is closer to Gavin, still not Gavin, of course. No, nobody is asking. Apparently, they're either fed up with this feature or they're too impressed and lost any abilities to type a question.
If you see my WhatsApp chat with Christoph, I basically like the way that we're doing some testing is I'm like plugging something into the program, seeing what Leah or what Coach Luke says, and then sending him what I would say and sending it back and trying to find more general things. Like I tend to put it from my own perspective instead of like I would do this rather than telling my students that what they've done is wrong or what they should do. And so like refining the language is definitely going to be a part of the process.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so guys, if you want us to run a few examples, please send them. I understand that there were a few in the Q&A, but that they are not usable. I see 2 new ones. Yes, can we switch the system to ACL and do a random test hand? Sure, we can try that while waiting for. Do we have ACL here?
I think we do, but I literally never tested it, so
no, but it's not there. It's not there. Unfortunately we haven't put it in this tool that we have, so we cannot demonstrate that.
By the way, the drop down is not visible in the shared screen, so you can
sorry.
say what systems we have there. No problem.
So we have standard American, French system, 2/1, Gavin Advanced, Gavin Light, and Larry Cohen Advanced and Light.
So Alan Davidson is asking, is there a way to practice conventions from late in the auction like Blackwood, or only things early on? Well, at the moment we are developing things that are early on, but the limit is the sky. There is no limit, right? Look, we can do anything we like as long as we work on it.
Yes, sure.
That's an engineer for you. Yes. So yeah, we are confident we can do it, guys, but we just need time and more developers we have, quicker it's gonna happen. But
So
yeah, anything
someone is asking how does it work when 2 bits are fine? That's a very good question, and this is still something we are brainstorming. Currently, what we do is that we do not flag a bit as wrong when it's fine. For example, I don't know if you can see, it's very subtle and not really something we wanted to discuss, but when you see a bid in orange here, it means that it's not the bid that Leah would choose, but it's a bid that Leah would deem acceptable. Then we are not going to tell you it's not right when you do it. So this is how we've done it, but later on, we could change that. It's just up to you, and these things are work in progress.
Very relevant question by Tom Butchart. How does the LLM react when 2 bits are fine? It doesn't react, basically. If 2 bits are fine, it won't do anything. In the future, we can say maybe that bit was slightly better. But if you've seen the bidding box, the green borderline of a bit means that this is what Leah would normally do, and the orange means that Leah is in terms with that. So when there is a borderline in green or orange, this is when Leah won't react. This is just for us like a cheat sheet to know how to choose the wrong bit or the right bit for testing purposes. Of course, in the official version, people won't see what's the right bit. So when will this be available, Christoph?
Wait, there was an example hand, so sent by Carlin. I'm not sure how to say it in English. Sorry.
Carlin.
But I want to show it. So partners opened 1 diamond with that, and we're playing 2/1 game force. And what should we bid? I guess it's a matter of which system and if what there is. But you can see here that the bit in the current system 2/1 that there is two clubs that is suggesting. I guess this is quite an advanced concept if you play inverted minors or not. So I don't know what I can test, because what I can test is that the errors and then correcting the errors. So let's say the player doesn't really know and bid, I don't know, 3 diamonds as a limit raise, and we can see what it would give. So here it's saying that 3 diamonds is not quite right because it's a limit raise, which tells that you have 10 to 11 points. Your hand is much stronger than that with 15 pure and a total value of 18. And these are the things that Luke said, that this is what Leah judges, but we probably need to improve in explaining why it's worth 18 and not 15. You have far too much power for a limit raise. Instead, you should have it 2 clubs, which is game forcing, showing 11 plus points, etc.
Can you upload PBN files for a practice set? You can at the moment at casual tables, teams, and pairs games, but the coach AI won't be available there at first. We're discussing how it's going to be available. In the first version, it will be just helping you after the hand in our robot modes. So when you play ranked games, daily celebrity challenge and daily dozen, when the hand is over, the way you see what would Leah do, for those who are supporter full, you see what would Leah do. It says Leah would beat 2 spades instead of 1 spade, for example. Now, apart from that, the coach AI will trigger in, and there will be a short version which will say, well, 1 spade was not great, 2 hearts was better, something short, and then you can click and get to the longer explanation, because someone was saying these explanations are too long. Maybe for better players they are, but for weaker players who want to learn, I don't think they're that long. Your teacher at the club speaks much longer. However, the point is, the first version of this is what you see now. You are playing, you are making the mistakes, you finish the hand, and once you finish the hand, you see the feedback from the coach. From then on, based on that, we can develop many different types of games. This is what Christoph was asking. If what would be useful for you, so you can send us by email or in the chat your suggestions.
I see lots of questions in the chat which are borderline questions. And what I want to reiterate is that we are really trying to create a tool for non-top experts. So when the real goal and what we really want to do for the good of bridge is to explain why a bid is wrong when it's wrong. And we think this is what is really what's missing for new player, people who have been playing for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. And this is where we think the tool will be super strong. It's not for, I have a good 14, should I open it a club or a no trump? This is a question where experts can have a debate for hours. Should I show my void when partners make a key card ask, or should I show my queen? This is not what we are trying to answer. It might come later, but really our focus right now is to teach the clear-cut things to players, and where we think our tool will shine is giving clear explanations about why a clear mistake was made, and not about in very unclear situations, if I can make it, where if 2 experts might disagree, then it's not the goal of the tool to conclude, if I may.
Absolutely. Just think, when you started playing bridge, what were you thinking? You were playing cards, but did you do the right thing? You could only measure it by, did I make this contract or not, which is not really telling if you made a mistake or not. And if there is a thing that tells you, oh, this board you made a mistake, you could do better here, do better here, when you practice, you get better, and more you practice. Imagine I was teaching at a club in London, and the lessons were 2 hours a week, once a week. So between the 2 lessons for 7 days, people would forget what happened at the previous lesson, and they cannot practice because, oh, you cannot practice with random hands, you need specific hands. So with this tool, we can develop specific courses on specific conventions, and people can practice. So they can just practice any random hands and learn from the response. That's the point, to get feedback on what you've done and move on. Over to you, Christoph.
There are a few questions. Could there be a way to ask Coach Luke follow-up questions? There could. There isn't right now. So yeah, that's exactly what it is. So as long as these are things that are within Leah's level, we can imagine anything. So yes, about follow-up questions, we just haven't worked on it yet. Could the coach have different level of the same system for an absolute beginner versus slightly more experienced? For example, I would teach one major, 4 major are strong initially, then change this to a weak preemptive raise later. That would just mean having different system input. So we would have a first beginner version of the system, which is, I think, maybe what we have in some of the systems. Luke can confirm, when actually 1 major, 4 major is to play, and in other system it would be weak, and Leah would read the system and act accordingly to give the feedback. But so this is basically anything we implement, then we can use it. So it's based on the system, but the same system cannot, I mean, you play either one system or the other.
Yeah, I can confirm that there are a few beginner-oriented systems. As I think Acol also is doing like 1 major, 4 major as strong, and maybe Sec. I'm not sure about it.
Okay. So we have question: what does it do if you enter a sequence it hasn't seen before? So if it hasn't seen it before, it means that we need to fire Luke. But if it's a sequence that Leah will be very not comfortable with, we'll just not flag anything because it doesn't know what to do. So like I said, we will only give feedback when there are clear-cut mistakes that are made. The example was given was a club double, redouble, 5 hearts. So if the user, I don't know, has a hand that is maybe 6 club is okay, then 6 club would be deemed as a correct bid. But if it has a weak 1 club bid with 12 for 333 and it beats 6 club, then the feedback will tell him like, don't do that, and that's why. Would it be possible to edit the system as a teacher? That's definitely the type of things we want you to give us feedback about. Everything is possible. So this is definitely possible. We're just gonna have to build all these features so people can do that. And this is why we're having this meeting, for you to bombard us with now and also later once you had time to process it by email and for suggestions, so we know what are the ones that come the more often. We might send you all a survey to see which are the features that are the most, that will bring the more value to the people.
I'm leaving the email address. You can email coach.luke@intobridge.com with ideas how we should develop this. Please spend a moment to think about it, because we take your ideas seriously and we discuss them within the team. So it won't be great if you send me an improvement to your idea every 3 hours. So think about how it's going to work for you in your case or for your students, something that it's personal and you think it will really bring value for you or your students, and send us your ideas either here in the chat, but it's best in an email when you think about them and can digest them better. It's in the chat, coach.luke@intobridge.com. But yeah, if you write AI@intobridge.com, we will also get it. Whatever you write @intobridge.com, we will get it. So write something in that sense. Yes, Christoph?
Sorry, Stefan, to interrupt. There are a few hands that seem to be sent okay in the Q&A. Did you have time to have a look at them, or? Okay,
I looked at some of them, but I'll pick one now. Okay, so all vulnerable, you should also enter the option manually.
Is it the one from Geoff Davis?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll try to enter this one when you describe it.
King Jack 753. Okay, you can write X, very smart. XXX in hearts.
No, small X, yeah.
Singleton ace in diamonds and King 14 clubs.
Okay, am I dealer or not?
Everybody is vulnerable. You're not dealer. You're
Second in?
You're
No,
you're
north.
third. You're third. You're south. You're third, and everybody is vulnerable. Okay, the vulnerability didn't get in, but yeah. I mean,
Oh,
you
sorry, I
didn't
didn't put
enter
it. Yeah, I forgot.
So the north opens, or you got us as north.
No, I'm
North
south.
opens a diamond, east overcalls a spade. Student doubles, forgets it's a takeout.
Okay, I think
Okay.
that's actually a great example. Thanks, Geoff. This is typically what beginners would do. Amazing example. And yeah, hi, John. Hi, Geoff. Don't worry, bridge is a complex game. We are all here to learn. In this sequence, your double wasn't quite the right move. It seems you were looking to make a penalty double because of your strong spades. But in this position, a double is actually for takeout. By doubling, you promise at least 4 hearts, and you only have 3. The best move here is to pass. With your great length and strength in space, the opponent's suit. This is a classic trap pass. You should pass for now and hope that your partner balances with a double, which you can then pass for penalties. Keep at it.
Amazing. I think Jeff sent me this example by email, and I thought no way Leah is getting this right, and I'm so amazed to see that she actually did and the concept of trap pass. So this is, yeah.
I can't believe that she knew what you were trying to do with the double. The fact that to me was mind blowing to me that it said that it looks like you were trying to make a penalty double. Because yes, that does look like what you're trying to do, but like the fact that the robot could identify it and spit back that chat is, I mean, you can argue about like the density of the language or whatever, but just getting that concept in there is amazing.
Thanks. So thanks, Jobs. I
Gavin.
think there are other examples if you want
Christoph, can you change to the normal tone, not the nice tone, because it's also shorter and also people can see.
Okay.
We can do many things with this tone, so depending on your preferences.
I need you to look at the examples and give them to
Okay, I'm looking at the examples. So opener bits. Okay, the hand is king doubleton.
Yeah.
Ace fourth, jack third, and 3 little. This hand is responding, so south is good. The vulnerability doesn't matter. Partner,
one card is missing.
One card, a club is missing.
So this hand is responding, so north should be dealer, right?
North is dealer, yes.
Okay.
So partner opens a spade, pass on your right, and you're a beginner who forgot the 1-no trump. I totally agree, they always forget the 1-no trump. So they beat 2 hearts or 2 clubs, whatever, in 2 hearts in the example here. So now we have the regular tone. Let's see. Hello, John. Your 2 hearts bid was a mistake. A 2 hearts response here is game forcing, showing 11 plus points in at least 5 hearts. It seems you made a misclick as you do not have enough points at all for this bid. Or perhaps you are trying to psych. The correct bid was 1-no trump. This is a catch-all bid used for all hands that lack a fit for partner and have less than 11 points. So you can see here that when it's not nice, it's much shorter, but no, I don't think there is a single beginner here, but from my experience, when you are more compassionate and when you explain more to beginners, the nicer tone does a better job. Maybe this tone is better for intermediates and the mean tone is perfect for wannabe experts, but we'll decide that. Again, put that in the feedback. What do you think about the tone of the coach? Okay, let's have another example. Is there another example? Someone is impressed. Jeff is impressed. Thank you, Jeff. Carlin's hand, we run it. Robert gave a hand. So, okay, we'll use this example, but we'll do a mistake. So this is from today's celebrity challenge. We hold 3 small. Christoph, maybe you should change this board type.
No.
Okay, 3 small singleton, ace, king, jack, 10, 7th, and queen doubleton. So partner is north opens. We're third, yeah. Opens 1 heart. So Robert has chosen to bid one no trump, and he wonders what would Leah bid. So yeah, we can see here in green that Leah would bid one no trump. So this won't trigger the AI to speak. So yes, you did what Leah would do. But if you notice, also 2 diamonds is in orange, so this won't trigger Leah either. Christoph, let's just try 2 diamonds.
No, it won't say anything. If we bid 2 diamonds, it's a bid that
that's
is
fine.
acceptable. Yeah.
This is just a proof that we are not aiming here to distinguish between 2 hands where an expert would argue for 1 hour which one is right or wrong. This is personal and this is partnership. You and your partner are one unit and you need to agree aggressiveness level. This here, it's not teaching an expert something that nobody can teach them. So Christoph chose 3 diamonds. He got a bit too excited. Hi, John, coach, look here. You bid 3 diamond. You bid 3 diamonds, but that was a mistake. In our system, 3 diamond is a Bergen race, which is a game try showing 8 to 12 points and crucially at least 4 card heart support. Looking at your hand, you only have a singleton heart. It seems you might have made a misclick or perhaps you're trying to psych. Yeah, when we make such ridiculous bids, it always suggests a psych and sometimes it may look repetitive, but actually in real life, only beginners do that, nor better players don't. Yes, Christoph?
No, but I think this is a typical example of where we need to work on improving that with Luke, which is when here it's clearly the system that was not known by the students. So when a bid is artificial, but I bid diamonds and I have diamonds, probably that's one thing we need to improve with Luke, and we're going to work on that, that it says you're not trying to psych. You obviously forgot the system and you thought it was natural. And these are the type of things we're going to improve with time. And
so Peter,
of course, depending on
yeah.
this was specific to this system, because in the 2/1 system that we have 3 diamonds is Bergen, but in other system, if 3 diamonds was something else, it would of course give a different explanation.
Yeah, if you
Peter,
want to show it, you can switch to safe advanced, where 3 diamond is natural.
Yeah, but I don't know if I can. Yeah, but then it will be an okay bid, wouldn't it?
Yes, that's what I wanted to show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now in self advanced 3 diamonds is okay. So if I do bid the 3 diamonds, it won't trigger another thing because it's the actual right bid with the French system. Yeah, it's a very good suggestion from Peter Davis. I like it, and I'm sure we could work on that to showing a sample hand that would match a bid when you make a bid that is wrong. I like it. I like it a lot, and it's something we could implement definitely.
Peter Evans is asking if they should pick the system that is predefined or they can build their own system. Guys, it's been more than a year. I don't know, Luke has coded this long time ago, but we don't have the resources to build it because we built so many things and they're big and we focus on things deprioritized. So this has always been a second priority. But those of you who play on qubits, bidding practice, qubits already you can customize Leah to play your system. So yeah, maybe now it's a good time to say we have an ongoing investment round, and with the money we're gonna receive, we're gonna use all for development. So yeah, we have many more ideas what to do, but we just have limited number of people working and it takes time.
Someone is talking about positive feedback, and that's something we are discussing actually in the current days almost every day, to find the right balance between when to give a positive feedback and when not to. So yes, we need to give some positive feedback, but we need to find the right balance. A beginner will be very proud to be bidding, let's say partner opens and I have 8 points and 4 hearts and 4 spades. And this time I got it right, and I bid 1 heart with 4-4 and 1 spade with 5-5. I need the positive feedback. But if I'm an expert or even an advanced, well, I don't need this positive feedback because this is business as usual. So that's why it's a bit trickier to find the when to give the positive feedback, but that's definitely something we will work on. We will want to work on how and when to give positive feedback. We know how important it is in the learning journey of players. So we have plenty of ideas. If you start and you're a complete beginner, at the beginning we give you every feedback, and once we will create categories of things like opening, responses, responding to one note trump, opening one note trump, opening one major, opening one minor, economical, two suitors, etc. And once you get something right, maybe 3 times, maybe 5 times, we give you a badge. And after that, once you have the badge and when you get it right, we stop giving you feedback. We are thinking about all of this stuff and how all the journey could be, but we're not there yet.
Just for a moment, Gavin needs to go. Gavin, thanks a lot for your time here and for hosting this call, actually.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I can't tell you how excited I am about this feature as a teacher, watching my kids, just knowing how hard it is to learn bidding. I'm really hoping that this is successful and that everybody who's here starts dumping ideas on you, and I hope they're the same as the ideas that I'm dumping on you, so that the things that I want to happen will actually happen.
Thanks a
Thank you,
lot,
Bye,
Gavin.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Questions are pouring in. Zachary Grossak, not sure if I missed this. When will this be ready for the public? I'm sure that Zach needs this coach very much. Zach, it will be available soon, my friend. It will teach you to be even better bridge player. So stay tuned. The Q&A disappeared somehow because I became the host of this.
Have it.
Oh, okay. It disappeared for me because I'm the host, so you should look at them now. René Steiner is saying, I think a target group could be also people wanting to check their knowledge of a specific system. I'm learning Gavin's system. I lost it. I'm learning Gavin's master series and would love to have such a tool to test my knowledge. Well, that's exactly what Leah does now, and Coach AI will be just, Coach Luke will be just another level. By the way, we forgot to show that choosing Gavin's system, you can be Coach Gavin. Christoph?
Okay, what do you want me to do?
To click on Luke's picture and show Coach Gavin. So theoretically, when you choose Gavin's system, it will be Coach Gavin kicking in. Now this is all manual and we have to click the picture to change it. So it's all visual and it's not really working. But that's the point. Somebody was asking about different teachers putting their systems in. That's just one way to develop, and it can be Coach Stefan, Coach Christoph, and you send their students and they play your system. We can eventually put your tone there and it speaks like you. None of this is extremely simple, but the way saying it's very simple. Then Luke needs to think how to develop it. But yeah.
Okay, to conclude, while David is not here, I want to show you quickly the drills about transfer Lebensol in Gavin systems. So I know a lot of you watching do play transfer Lebensols and Gavin systems. This is very advanced. This is definitely an area in which it might not be perfect, but I just want to generate some hands. So let's say I just selected transfer Lebensol. It's Gavin system. Each goes Gavin. We're going to make it neutral. And this will generate only hands if I want to drill transfer Lebensols. I've just purchased the lesson. I've just attended the lessons. Let's say I'm a player. I've been playing for, I don't know, 5 years. And I'm learning this transfer Lebensol. I used to play normal Lebensol. And I want to drill a few hands. And this is the first hand that happens. And I forgot my system. I don't know. I'm new. And I just beat 3 clubs. It's going to tell me, hopefully, yeah, that 3 club is artificial transfer to diamonds, showing cards in diamonds. With my hands, I need to handle this hand. I'm jumping a bit and describe my hand correctly. I should be 2-note trump, Lebensol transfer. Always remember to check your transfer sequence when the opponent intervenes. So it's reminding me that we are playing a transfer, that the right bid is 2-note trump, and that 3 clubs should be diamonds. Might not be worded completely perfectly, but the idea is there. And I can practice all of them. So same sequence here. And now I understand, I remember. So I'm just going to beat 3 hearts because 3 diamonds, because now I remember it's transfers. So I bid 3 diamonds. Showing hearts, right? Yes. But it's game force. It's at least a game try. It thinks I don't. Maybe I do here, look. So this is typically a hand. Should I be 2 no trump? Should I be 3 diamonds? I actually would be 3 diamonds. But here it's typically a hand that is too borderline for it to work, and I said that's what we need to work on. But here the coach is telling me that I should be 2 no trump when I have a hand that just wants to be 3 hearts and not 3 diamonds, which would be at least game try. I think you get the gist of it. But the point is that we can really create drills. So this time I'm opening 1 no trump, the overcall 2 diamonds, partner beats 2 spades, 3 hearts. What should I do now? I should pass. That's easy. So someone is asking if Coach Gavin is just a visual, I think. I don't know.
I'm explaining. Somebody said that when we changed the system, didn't change the picture. This is what I was saying. This is a program we developed for Gavin because when we showed him some designs, he didn't believe how it's gonna work. So we built it for him, and from then on, we add little things, and it's like kids playing with Lego. It's like just a picture of Gavin. We click on it and it becomes picture of Luke because this is not the feature. But once we implement it, we will be able to automatically switch the system, the coach. But again, that's all visual. Coach Gavin or Luke, it's not Gavin or Luke, it's the AI they're building or stuff like that, but not.
That being said, we are working with Gavin, and that's why Gavin is helping us tremendously on fine-tuning the tone and how Gavin would actually give his feedback. So when later on you click on coach, we haven't started this implementation at all, but just want to tell you that's something we want to work on. When you will have Coach Gavin with Gavin system, it will try to use the word and the type of sentences and the phrasing that Gavin used. We're working on that, so it's actually different from Coach Luke, who is very French, you know. So yes, there will be differences, but for now in this tool, this tool, like I said, is our internal tools. I can generate tests, I can change the prompt, this is internal tools that we are showing it to you to see what's going on. But all of this is for now only visual, Coach Luke or Coach Gavin.
People want to test it. When can we release this, guys? I'm not saying anything. It's you're saying it, so you should be responsible.
So as is, and as we are showing it to you, this is really just internal. We do not want to release something that is bugless, not perfect, etc. We will start implementing it on IntoBridge use case by use case. We are currently working on the first use case, which will be basically after a hand when you made an obvious mistake to get the feedback. So basically what we have, but there won't be the drills. You won't have the possibility to get the specific sequences, etc. And we are starting to implement it, and it will be ready when it will be ready. So I don't know, best case scenario at the end of the month, and worst case scenario at the end of March. Realistically, maybe sometimes in February, but Luke is the expert developer, so I don't know if he validates that estimation.
Yes, it seems realistic.
Okay, well, guys, actually some people are leaving to play Gavin's tournament on IntoBridge. It starts in 8 minutes. We have Gavin Wolpert learning duplicate with a follow-up post-mortem, so you can play there. Someone mentioned it's a great way to learn your system, this coach Luke, the system of Gavin in this case. Yes, even now people are using it to send partner to learn a system, Gavin's most often. But generally with the coach AI, that will be even more possible. And last question, how low it can go in terms of new players starting. What we think is that as long as you're a beginner, taken a lesson or two, as long as we can expose you to those predefined hands, it's already good. The first version will be only in competitive robot games, so it will just work for people who play bridge, but we will aim to go down as much as possible. Christoph, do you want to say something?
Yeah, maybe one last final word. When it gets to IntoBridge, we will need all your help and support, guys, as in the most important mission for all of us is really to try to make more people play bridge. And what we think will be the most added value is for beginners people starting the game since either just starting or in the past few years to improve quicker and to get addicted to the game or to learn it more easily, quicker, faster, etc. So what we will need from all of you, the expert community kind of, and the people super interested, is to share with people who want to pick up Bridge, want to start Bridge, are taking a lesson, a few lessons, starting picking up a book, looking for a platform to learn. These are the people we really want to target. So just Bridge grows again and become as successful as it used to be like 50 years ago when it was booming. And that's what we are trying to achieve. So that's when we will, that's our main mission here. Now we are playing with gimmicks and everything and expert situation. But for us, really, the core of the battle is to get more people to play Bridge and to improve quicker.
Thank you, Christoph. Thank you very much for creating all this, and we expect a lot more from you. So it was funny when we decided to call it Coach Luke, and Luke was, oh, I should be more careful from now on. So yeah, he's spending the extra time now and really putting his heart and soul, not that he didn't before. But thank you. I'm glad that we see so much positive feedback, and it's not like us kids excited outside, but it really means that you also see the potential. Of course, there is a lot more to develop, but this first version is coming hopefully within a month or so. And yeah, the people are asking to help us with testing. So when we release it, you should just send us feedbacks like you were till now. Leah is as good as she is because you've sent us, I don't know, tens of thousands of feedbacks. Luke has read them, every single one, I promise you. And wherever he thought it should be fixed, he's fixed it. So yeah,
so,
your feedback.
When it feels it that he ignored 90% of them, but yes.
Well, yeah, because and it's fine. Luke is an expert player. Someone intermediate think, oh, why is it bidding like that? Well, maybe that was the right thing this time. But anyway, the point is that we are very excited and we can develop so much based on this. So when you give us your feedback, it counts. When we discuss later, when we argue what to do, we say, oh, did you see 10 people ask for this and one ask for this? So your opinion does matter. And thanks a lot. Reminder, our investment round is ongoing and we hope to collect more money so we can hire more people and develop more stuff more quickly. And yeah, if you can support us, please send me an email at stefan@intobridge.com and I'll send you papers. It's not just support, you get shares in the company, and one day when we're the next Google or Facebook, you'll be very rich. But don't invest because of that. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. See you another time on IntoBridge. Bye for now. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.